Welcome back to another video in this channel. And in this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Ravens draft here, giving my thoughts, grades, whatever you like to say it. And yeah, it's been a week or so that the draft has passed, and we had the time to really have our thoughts for this draft. And I think now it's the best way to. I think it's the best time to actually have a draft. A draft pick grade right here. So we're gonna start off with have the video start off now, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like these. I did it last year. I'm gonna continue with the Ravens content. So here we go. So with the first pick of the draft for the Ravens, at pick 27, we selected Rashod Bateman, wide receiver from Minnesota. And it was a surprise pick. One, because he fell to our lap. I never expected him to be down to 27. I expected him to go top 20 to some other team. And two, because there were sources that we would go pick a tackle in the first instead of a wide receiver. But yeah, I think it was the best player available right there. Bateman's a great player, and again, I thought he would go to the late teens, early 20s at most. And yeah, he just fell. He fell to us, and it's insane value. Where we got him, insane value. We didn't do anything to actually get him. Look, Bateman's a stud. Like his tape, his college tape is very good. You're gonna be loving that. He's extremely technically sound as a route runner. His burst off the line, I love it. And he's great at contested catch situations. And he's exactly the receiver the Ravens need. He fits that team. He fits the Ravens. And he can come in and compete with Sammy Watkins for reps at that X wide receiver position. And also, I have a question for the Ravens here. How are you gonna use Bateman? Our pass catching room is now pretty deep with guys like Andrews, Hollywood, Watkins, and Duvernay, who I'm still very high on. A lot of mouths to feed. It's up to Gregory Roman, Greg Roman, to be able to use them correctly. Simple as that. Do your job, Greg Roman. With the second pick in the first round, the Ravens selected Oday, aka Jason Oday, from Penn State. And I'm going to admit here, unlike other people, I was very high on Oday. Honestly, he was my top 5 edge. And, he's an athletic freak, standing at 6'5", weighing 255, and running a 40 time of 4.3. The biggest question with him is how raw he is. Okay, that's his downside right here. And he doesn't really have his techniques. His techniques are a problem. It's up to Wink to develop him, and if the cards fall into place and Oday develops nicely, you could potentially have a 10+ sack guy. You have a nice canvas here to work with. My biggest questions with this pick, honestly, if you think about it, Ojulari, I think they didn't take him because of his knee injury. But Ojulari is somebody who can step right away at the edge rusher spot. Oday, as much as I love him, is extremely raw. But now I think Justin Houston is going to get signed. I hope they do, because the Ravens at edge need an instant contributor still. Even with Odafe Owe, it's pretty much all I have to say about this pick, honestly. But yeah, honestly, I'm gonna say a B plus for this pick. B plus for Owe. I think Owe came to the right place. Honestly, he came to the right place. We have a history of developing pass rushers. We have pass rushers who came here and then got paid somewhere else, like Judon and Zadarius Smith. But yeah, he came to the right spot. If he came to another team, that's when it would have been a bad pick. So I'm gonna grade these 2 first-round picks. Bateman has to be an A plus. He was the best player available, fell to us. He was the best case scenario for us at this point of the draft. Owe B plus, because he needs development. He's more of a he's more of a developmental guy, if you know what I mean right here. So it's still 2 very good picks. Hope Bateman gets used properly. In Owe's case, I trust Wing to develop him, to teach him the techniques. These things are coachable, so I'm not very worried. We didn't have a second round pick, so with the 3rd round pick that we had, 94th overall, we selected guard Ben Cleveland. Surprising to me, because I thought tackle was a bigger need, but I really don't think it's a bad pick for us. At first, I was like, but interior lineman is still a need. And Ben Cleveland, he's a unit. He's in an absolute unit. He's 6'6", 343 pounds, runs 4.85 40 time. Yeah, you read that. You heard that right. 4.48. He ran a 4.8. And according to his former teammates, Jawan Wims, he put up a 50 on the bench press before. He was a first team All SEC selection and a third team All American. And I didn't watch a ton of him. I didn't watch a lot of him. But he's a great run blocker. Very powerful guy who can really move people, and he fits that gritty, tough mold that the Ravens cover in offensive linemen. And if you look at it, it seems like a Ravens pick. Assuming that Bozeman gets moved to center, I think it's pretty clear that he will at this point, because we didn't go get a center. So Bozeman will be playing his natural position, which is center. And I think Cleveland could be he could be day 1 starter left guard. And as somebody who played a little bit of linebacker in football, I hate seeing pulling guards. I personally hate seeing pulling guards. They're annoying. And plus he's 6'6", 343 with that combination of strength and speed pulling at you. That's not something. It's a scary sight. He could end up being a monster in our scheme. That's pretty much all. So I'm gonna rate this pick an A, because he's a Ravens type pick. He's gonna fit the system, and he's literally for the run game. Very good run blocker. We're a run first team. We're gonna need that, and especially with Greg Roman, who's like a genius at scheming runs. He's gonna be scary. He's gonna be scary, and you heard it here first. So 10 picks later, we made, in my opinion, at first, it was a very confusing pick. Very confusing, because first off, I never heard of this guy. Second off, we're taking a corner very soon, like this soon, honestly, which is, it's, you know, corner depth is a need, but I wouldn't address it this early in the draft when you have bigger needs. But yeah, apparently he was a running back in college at first, converted into a corner, and now we're going to be converting him into a safety. So honestly, safety depth, why not? We could use that, but honestly, I don't know about this guy. I do not. But all I have to say, I'm gonna trust EDC with that pick. If you know, if that's the guy, if this is who EDC had on top of his board, I'm not going to argue that. Let's be just all real Ravens fans here. First things first. I mean, bro, I already said many things. But yeah, he's a corner which EDC has said you can never have enough corner depth at. You know, like you cannot have, you know, enough depth at corner. So okay, I mean, I did a bit of research. I mean, I did, yeah. All I see is that like he earned the trust of his coaches at SMU. He's a great athlete. He ran a 4.4 40 time, 38-inch vertical, 10 feet 7-inch broad jump. And also, one thing interesting, I couldn't find his age. I don't know why. I don't know why I couldn't find his age. But yeah, man. So apparently he quickly earned the trust of his coaches at SMU and physically offers a nice package of size, length, and athleticism. He's very physical but needs refinement in terms of his coverage technique. You know, honestly, he's pretty much a depth piece and a special teamer early on. That's pretty much all I have to say. I mean, honestly, the Ravens did need a safety. So maybe the Ravens probably viewed him as a safety, and he's more of a contributor as a rookie than we think. But it's pretty much it for this pick. It's like I'm gonna give it a C+ because first off, I never knew who it was. Second off, we're like changing positions. Like he was running back, corner, and now he's gonna be a safety. Honestly, I don't know much about this guy. I don't know about this guy, so I'm not going to have some crazy grade on him. But yeah, man, it's pretty much it. The next pick the Ravens made here at wide receiver, surprisingly, Tylin Wallace. Round number 4, pick 131 in the draft. And to me, I was surprised we took a receiver. Honestly, the Ravens certainly didn't come into this draft expecting to take 2 wide receivers. But the value for Tylin Wallace at 131 it's too good to pass on. Okay? This is a pure BPA pick. Tylin Wallace is a second-round talent. I'm going to tell you right now. Plays bigger than his size, has great hands, will aggressively attack for the football, very physical and competitive, excellent at tracking the ball in the air, and he will run block. Run first team, by the way. You know, the Ravens wide receiver room is now all of a sudden pretty deep. And you have to wonder how they're going to use all these guys. Now, honestly, I better, like, we for sure not going to have anybody cry about, oh, we need a wide receiver. We're going to see how it goes with these guys. Greg Roman, you got to get your head out of your ass. Come on, man. You got to get your head out of your ass, bro. Develop a respectable passing game. You don't need a top 10 passing game. You need a top 20 passing game. Or top 25 is even acceptable, but not bottom 5. Let alone the worst passing game. Greg Roman, it is all on you. Use these guys the way they're supposed to. Be more creative with your pass game. Come on, man. We have talent in the wide receiver room. You gotta use it. You gotta use it. It's all on you. You're gonna now you're under the most pressure coming into next season. It's you. So do your job, please, or else you're gonna get fired by next year. That is for sure. If Greg Roman does not have a good passing game next season, and we are unable to score points in the playoffs, especially if we don't go over the divisional, he's not coming back. So you're on the hot seat, Greg Roman. Please use these receivers the right way. And please, come on. Okay, this man. We've all seen it. We've all seen the national championship. We've seen it all. We've seen the game against Clemson where he still wasn't good that game. Yeah. And because of that, he fell down draft boards after a rough season. He had a rough season. It was expected fall. And I'm going to tell you right now, no bias, Wade landed in one of the best possible situations he could have. Because part of why his 2020 season was rough is because Ohio State forced him to play as an outside corner, a boundary corner. In 2019, he was considered a first-round prospect and played great, but he was a slot corner. So he's better as a slot corner than he is as a boundary corner. Ohio State forced him to play a position, a place where he would not succeed. And guess where he's going to be in Baltimore? The slot. The Ravens have players like Humphrey, Peters, and Smith. And these guys can play on the outside. We need depth at slot corner, especially since Tavon Young has played one game in the past 2 seasons. And Jimmy Smith gets, in general, we need corner depth, in general. A lot of corners went down last year. And Jimmy Smith, we had Marcus Peters out for a while. Tavon Young just, in week 2, he was already out. He was already down. We need corner depth. So I think it's addressed right here. It's pretty much it's a pick right there. I mean, again, this pick got probably a lot of hate because, again, he played bad in 2020. It's normal. He fell down in the draft. But I'm going to tell you, he's going to be if he plays slot, which he will in Baltimore. He's going to play slot in Baltimore. He's not going to be an outside going to be an outside corner bearing injury. So again, he landed in the best possible place. So I'm giving this draft pick a B+. I'm giving it a B+ simply because he had a good 2019 season. He has potential to be good. 2020 wasn't good. I don't think it's going to be a repeat. Oh yeah, man. So for this pick, B+. The Tylin Wallace pick is going to be an A+. It has to be an A+. Tylin Wallace has to be an A+ because it is insane value. You picked him 2 rounds later than he was supposed to go. So it's got to be an A+. With our 5th round pick, the Ravens have picked Dillon Hayes, edge from Notre Dame. So, Dillon Hayes, I have not watched a lot of him, but I know a few things. He was another Senior Bowl player that the Ravens loved. He's a high character guy that Notre Dame coaches loved. And also he has the versatility. He can rush the passer or drop back into coverage. And he has more depth for that Sam linebacker position that was voided by the departure of Judon. And again, he looks like an instinctive defender with violent hands, honestly. And also, he seemed like a nice he seemed like a nice piece on the edge that we can develop. And you know, he also joins another thing. He also joins the rotation of Tyus Bowser, Pernell McPhee, and Odafe Oweh. And again, the Ravens do well with developing these type of guys. Judon, even though he wasn't amazing, he was like decent. He became a starter. He still became a starter. Zadarius Smith, big money. He's very good. He became insane. McPhee, still solid at the moment we're talking. So again, we're taking a gamble at these guys that they're capable of developing into some good pieces. So good job for the Ravens. I'm gonna give it a C+. Not a bad pick. Honestly, it's not bad. But again, I didn't watch a lot of him. I only said what I knew about him. So this pick, again, it confused me because I didn't expect us to take a fullback tight end. I mean, he's going to play tight end for us. But again, it's I thought we would take somebody else, honestly. But yeah, Ben Mason, 6th round pick of... Honestly, he looks like Patrick Ricard. He looks like Patrick Ricard. Like, I think we drafted Patrick Ricard clone. Honestly, he can play fullback, tight end, and even defensive tackle. That's literally what Ricard does. But yeah, from all I know about him, excellent lead blocker who can pancake people as well. I mean, this guy has a Patrick Ricard build. Like, look at him. They look like, I think they're very comparable in terms of physical, you know. But yeah. And also, it says that, like, he has ability in the passing game and has a ton of personality. So yeah, I think he might be somebody who we love in a few years. But yeah, honestly, him and Ricard, I think, could be a very, very nice duo. But yeah, it's a fun pick. It feels like a fun pick, honestly. It was surprising at first, but if you think about it, he looks like a fun pick. And again, I think it shows our commitment to the run game. You know, because he's a good blocker. Again, he's a good blocker. So again, excellent lead blocker. But God, he's Patrick Ricard 2.0. It's pretty much all I have to say. I'm gonna have to have it in a B+, honestly. I'm gonna have to grade it a B+. You know? That's pretty much it for him, for the last pick of the draft. So this is all with the picks here for the 2021 NFL draft. So, man, honestly, I think it's another successful day for EDC and his boys right there at the office. So, as you saw here, the Ravens stuck to their BPH strategy in round 1 with the Rashod Bateman pick. I didn't expect him to be on the board at 27. Great player, great value. You cannot pass on that. Oday looks to be the future of the Ravens pass rush, although very raw. Sky's the limit. The Ravens potentially got a day 1 starter at left guard in Ben Cleveland, who fits Roman's scheme perfectly, like I said before. The Ravens got Brendan Stevens, who has great athleticism and has learned the DB position fast, only playing it for 2 years. And the Ravens seem to love his ceiling. And once again, the Ravens went BPA with Tylin Wallace. Insane value at 131. And they, also, when they traded back, they acquired an extra 4th for next year's draft. So they have four 4th round picks in 2022. And Shaun Wade, honestly, say whatever you want about him. He's a really good slot corner. And the Ravens needed depth there. Dillon Hayes, high character, versatile guy who they feel they can develop, looks like. And Ben Mason, interesting pick, honestly. He's a great run blocker, and he will help the Ravens rushing attack. It was surprising that the Ravens didn't address right tackle or safety. But, they got Adrian Ely and Adarius Washington, he's a 3rd round talent right there. And he went undrafted. Adrian Ely could have went late 3rd or early 4th. So we got him as a steal. Adarius Washington was a 3rd round talent. And he's a safety. So, I think you could consider these undrafted free agents as part of the draft class. And also, Brendan Stevens, he's viewed as a safety. So let's not forget about that. And honestly, I think the Ravens are going to sign, an edge rusher, a veteran edge like Justin Houston or Ryan Kerrigan before the season. They signed Alejandro Villanueva like a week ago, I think. Yeah, a little bit more than a week ago. And yeah, also, with the Ravens now spending 6 draft picks on a wide receiver in the past 3 years, I do not want to hear a fan whining to sign draft trade for a receiver for a good while now. The Ravens have a promising young core with new coaches. Be patient. Let these guys develop at this point. Even if neither Bateman or Wallace light the world on fire right away, it's a process, and trust it. With the Ravens, honestly, overall, you can look back at this draft and say the Ravens improved their roster massively. So last thing I want to talk about is who's the winner of the draft right here. Winners and losers. I'm going to start with winners. I think there's more winners I think there's more winners than losers in this draft. I'm going to say it right there. There's more winners than losers in this draft. But yeah, I'm going to start off with the first guy right here. Lamar Jackson is coming out of this draft very happy. He got 2 wide receivers in Rashod Bateman and Tylin Wallace, a new O-line in Ben Cleveland. After that, a completely revamped O-line as well later on. And, hopefully this can elevate Lamar and help him take the next step as a passer. If Greg Roman plays the cards right. Also, other winners right here. The running back duo. J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards. They have Ben Cleveland and Ben Mason as more people to run behind now. And if I'm them, I'd be very excited. You have Mark Andrews, who's going to be coming out of this draft very happy. With Bateman now in the fold, Andrews hopefully won't see as much extra attention. Maybe this makes Andrews become a 1,000-yard tight end right there. I don't know if I foresee it because of the nature of our offense. It is run first, but he's likely to see more single coverage than ever. Before, he was getting double teamed, triple teamed, because he was Lamar's most reliable target. So he didn't get a lot of chances. He didn't get a lot of targets either. So he's coming out of this draft happy. Another guy, Deshaun Elliott. Honestly, I want to extend this guy, and I didn't want us to really replace him. But he's coming out happy in this draft. There was a possibility of us taking a playmaking safety in round 1. We decided to pass on Morig, which basically means Elliott is likely the starter again this season. And I do not see Brendan Stevens or Adarius Washington start over him at all. So yeah, losers. Who's coming out less happy in this situation right here, or in pressure? Miles Boykin. I think already. Honestly, you have Rashod Bateman drafted. It already screams bye-bye Boykin. If you look at it right now. And honestly, after that, you have Tylin Wallace, who was drafted a few rounds later. This looks even worse for Boykin. He might lose his spot. So Boykin, he's going to have to compete in preseason this time around to actually keep his spot on the roster, because he might become a practice squad guy or some special teamer this season. So he's in a lot of pressure because he really, I think he got replaced as the wide receiver. He got replaced. That is 100% for sure. So he's in a lot of pressure right here. You have, I don't think you see anybody else than only Boykin. Unless you want to count Greg Roman into it. I've already talked about Greg Roman. It's his last chance. He has no excuses at all. So here we go. Also, one last thing I want to clear up before ending this video. I heard people saying, oh, it's a make or break season. It's a do or die season for Lamar Jackson. You are wrong. We drafted two rookie receivers. Two receivers. They're rookies, by the way, in 2021. And then you have the balls to say, oh, Lamar, make or break year. He's playing with rookies, you freaking dumbasses. So that notion is laughable. It's completely laughable at this point. So shut up, okay? But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new. Click the like button. Comment down below your thoughts down below. And, I'm going to try getting some more Ravens content down the road during the offseason, especially during summer, because I'm going to have a lot of time in my hands for these type of videos. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Click the like button. Comment down below your thoughts. And yeah, guys, I'm going to see you guys in the next one.